Hi, I'm trying to my camera's acting kind of crazy, so I'm gonna just get started. I'm making this video because I really have not heard anyone else talking about this, and that is this diaspora war, which really is not a diaspora war, it's a spiritual war. And that's the side that I really don't see, anybody addressing. Now, I know that you hear all these things like they're here and they're trying to destiny swap and try to take our place. And they are trying to do that. But the thing is, that's when you're looking at it through natural eyes. But if you look at it through your spiritual eyes, you know that's not possible. Like, this is not the first time that has, you know, other nations have tried to do that, and it never works. It never works. There's always been a hatred for the Most High's people. Now, myself, I'm an Israelite, but and I believe that all the Black Americans, and I'm not saying this, foundational Black Americans, ADOS, Siouxland, and I'm not going to say African American because there's no such thing. Uh, they're all the same people. Now, it's okay if you don't believe that. I'm not even asking you to believe that because here's the thing: the people who know, and the ones who don't, then that's okay. You don't have to believe that. But we are in spiritual warfare right now, and all this going on, all this back and forth. That's the Most High. He's stirring his people up. See that spell that they had on us that made us overlook everything and not really see through clear eyes. That's broken now. They say, "Oh, that's not true. All of us don't feel like that." Well, guess what? It's enough of y'all that do, and it's not even enough of y'all to even get the dialogue started about how y'all don't feel that way because 95% of y'all do or more. And that's being generous. I really think it's more like 99% of y'all, but you didn't come over here with good intentions. But here's the thing. I go by what far as my identity, I go by the identity that's in Deuteronomy. We fit those people to a T. And I know that we are those people. I know we're not Africans, never have been African. I'm not African. You can never get me to claim that. Here's the thing. I'm not going to say, first of all, that's not even a thing. Like, that ain't even in the Bible. That's just some stuff somebody made up. Okay, that's some made up stuff, but we'll just go with that for now. If we were taken from Africa, right? We were taken from Africa in slave ships, right? That does not mean that we're African just because we were taken from Africa. The Most High, had a covenant that he made with us when he brought us up out of Egypt and took us into the wilderness. He made a covenant with us. And part of that covenant was the curses and the blessings. And part of the blessings was part of the curses was that if we broke that covenant that we made with him, that we would be on those slave ships, going to another nation that our fathers did not know. Nations that worship other gods made of wood and stones that our fathers never worshiped. That we were going to be beaten, put down, our children taken from us, building houses that we can never live in. That we were going to suffer that for 400 years. We're the only people that fit that description. That's us. And let me tell you something. The fallen angels know that their time is up. So they're trying to do everything, even though they know it's not going to work. They're still trying to do it to get rid of us. They have been trying to get rid of us since ancient biblical times, and they never have been able to do it. They couldn't do it then, and you can't do it now. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I'm not saying, do y'all really even read those books? People say they're Christian or whatever, and you don't read. And then here's the thing. You may very well could be reading, but you got to read that not with your natural eyes, but with your spiritual eyes. Because if you read with your spiritual eyes, then that'll open up your whole understanding. I don't even get mad at them people when they be talking crap, because I already know that's all you're doing. I know y'all, they get online talking about how we got our master's name and how, we were slaves picking cotton. And what's funny to me is that, see, we don't know a lot about their culture. Well, I know a lot because, first of all, I watched a lot of their movies. I watched lots of their movies, and I've looked at documentaries, and if you see how many people live, it's comical. Like literally, a lot of them bathe, cook, drink, and use the bathroom all in the same water. You and you over here talking about us. Here's the thing. I never even paid any attention to them people until recently. I used to watch their movies. I used to like their movies. I thought, some of the actors was pretty good. I like them in their movies, not ours. I like them when they stay in their lane and they don't try to cosplay in ours. I can deal with it then. But I was watching that, looking at that stuff long before all this even went on. And it just amazes me that we as people we don't understand what's going on. You think it's a diaspora war, but really it's the Most High stirring us up. He's stirring up the nations. He's stirring everything up right now. He's lifted the veil. We can see them, the things that they do, how they feel about us. What did Maya Angelou say? If somebody shows you who they are, believe them. Believe them. These people showed you, they told you, and still you're trying to unite with them. Why would you think that I would ever think that me and you cool because we happen to share the same skin tone? We don't look alike. I know they say, oh, you look like my cousin. How could y'all not? Y'all, I never thought I'd see the day when y'all couldn't claim Africa. You don't make the Jamaicans claim Africa. You don't make the Haitians claim Africa. You don't make the Dominicans claim Africa. So why should we? Why should we? I know I'm not no African. You'll never get me to say that. Never. Why would I take your culture over mine? I don't know anything about you except for what I watched in the movies, which a lot of that is true. A lot of that is true. I know it is. Just like, the truth, the movies, the things that they say, we already know that's art imitating life. We know that already. But getting back to what I was saying, I don't hear nobody talk about the spiritual side of this. I just don't. All of these things that's happening right now are not natural. You think it's natural for somebody to hate you that much and they don't even know you? Do you think it's natural for somebody that say that you part of them and to come in and try to destroy you, because that's all they've done? Kill, steal, and destroy. That's all they've done. Just like a bunch of, what do you call them, bugs that come in and eat up all the crops and stuff, and plenty they come in and just decimate everything. That's what they've done. Africans, the Jamaicans, the Haitians, and they did it with such hate. The people ain't never liked us. And they've showed you that time and time again. But the thing is, see, now that our eyes are open and you got like the Black Americans and the Israelites that's live in these areas with these people, it's all coming out now. And I know you think, oh, after a while it's a die down. No, it's not going to die down. It's only going to get worse. Because this is the time. It's our time. See, you're trying to piggyback off what we've already done. We've already done that. And you think, oh, you're gonna come in and get all these jobs. Honey, before it's over, AI gonna have almost every job. So you really ain't doing nothing. You should look right now and see what's happening with ICE. You really think that this government is gonna keep on floating you people, that they're gonna keep on taking care of you? No. No, it's not. They're not gonna do it. They're not gonna do it. But I'm gonna get back to the spiritual side of it. We are the Most High's chosen people. And regardless of what you think and the things that have happened during slavery and Jim Crow and all that, the Most High has always watched. He has always watched over us. Because we're still here, we should have been gone. He's never going to let you destroy his people. And you know why the United States is the greatest nation in the world? It's because the Most High's people are here. Wherever we are, that place will be blessed. Wherever we are. And that's why I know that them tribes, you say all them tribes all over the place, but this is the only place, the United States is the only place that's been blessed at the level that is being above all the other nations. Ain't no nation's been as blessed as the United States. None. That's because his people are here. Okay, okay, I'm gonna go off the subject a little bit. Now I was talking about life in imitate art. You remember that movie Space Traders? And if you haven't seen, I saw it when it first came out because now I'm 61. I saw all that. I went through the 70s, 80s, 90s, all that. Been there, done that. But I watched that movie, right? And you remember when the aliens said they wanted all the Black people and all the great things that they would give America if they gave up all the Black people. And then the other nations, I think it was England and France, that said, you could have a Blacks too. And they said, no, we don't want them. Maybe next time we want the ones that's in America. Did anybody catch that? It's something different about us. It's like they like no other melanated people in this world. It's something different about us. They know that. They know that. Let me tell you something. We're here. This is not. I know people say this is our land. We can agree to disagree on that. We're here because this was part of our punishment. This was part of the curse that we had to go through because we broke the covenant with the Most High. So it's a spiritual attachment to that. That's what I'm saying about the spiritual part. This land is spiritual. I don't want to hear nothing about no Indians. I don't want to hear none of that. If you get on here with that, I'm going to block you. Matter of fact, let me say this right here. This is only for this. What I'm saying right now is only for the people who believe like I do. You don't have to. You can make a whole video and you can dispute everything that I'm saying, and that's fine. But you're not going to dispute it in my comment section. I'm just going to block and delete you. That's all. But anyway, this land, we were here as a curse. As a curse. That's why we're here. So it's a spiritual attachment to that. That's why. And the powers that be know that. We are spiritually attached to this land. They say, oh, well, if something happen, you ain't got nowhere to go. We're gonna be right here because this is where the Most High put us. And when it's time for us to go, it's because He'll move us. Just like He brought us, He made sure we got here. When the time comes for us to leave, He'll make sure that we leave here. But we ain't gonna leave here empty-handed. And that's another thing. I tried to come over here and jack the reparations from the Ghanaians, whatever the hell, Ghana or whatever. You're not going to be able to get that. Once again, you're trying to reap that which you did not sow. The only part you played was y'all sold us into slavery. But you were supposed to do that. That was divine because that was part of our punishment. But even through all that, we still was blessed. And you think you're going to come over here because that's all y'all been doing is trying to come over here and take everything. You're not going to be able to take our reparations. We're going to get our reparations just like we got reparations when the Most High freed us from the Egyptians. We got reparations then. To see, this ain't nothing new. There's nothing new under the sun. We got it once. We're going to get it again. Only we will. And if you read that, nobody got reparations but the Israelites. That's it. That's it. Nobody else. So, you're trying in your natural eyes. You think you're going to be able to get that off, but spiritually, you won't. Naturally, spiritually, you won't. You won't. And, I'll be like, they're always saying, oh, Esau, the white man. He go, y'all so hung up on white people that you don't even see. There's people who look just like you that's your enemy. You don't even see that. That's why they can get that off. Because it's the very person that looks like you that got that knife in your back just turning it. You don't even see that. You don't. Because you're so busy looking at the white man. I'm not giving him a pass, but I'm saying that white man is not your only enemy. But you don't see, these people that literally told you. They told you they hate you, and you still don't want to believe that. Oh, that's my brother. You ain't my damn brother, and you ain't my sister. No, you're not. Look, I tell my kids, my grandkids, my nieces and nephews, don't mess with them people. See, y'all talking about a boycott. I've been told people don't go mess with them people. Not just the Africans or the Jamaicans, the Asians, none of them people. The Most High told us to separate, come off from amongst them. Don't marry them. Don't have no children with them. Don't be out there having no sex with them. All of that. He told us not to do it. And that's part of the reason why we're in this situation, because we chose to mingle. And he told us not to do it. He said, because they're going to take you away from me. And that's exactly what it's done. Okay. They come in, they try to act like us, dress like us, but it's all cosplay. It's not real. None of it is real. I couldn't even imagine trying to be anything else but who I am. I couldn't imagine taking on somebody else's culture because you say we don't got culture, but yet you all up in it. You taking it on. If you're not taking on my culture, then why are you looking and dressing like me? You see those Muslims and them Arabs and a lot of them Indian people, they dress, what they are. They dress like their culture, but y'all don't. Y'all don't. And y'all say, oh, it was seem like then you talking like us. Why? You know how to speak a whole nother language. Why you speaking our language? Speak on. The only time you should be speaking our language is if you're trying to communicate with us. But if amongst yourselves, y'all should be speaking your own. That's what all them Spanish people do. But you don't, because you think that you're going to swap with us, but you're not. You're not. Now you may get, you got some black folks, black Americans that will ride and die for y'all, but that's slowly diminishing too. You see, well, I shouldn't even say slowly because it's picking up pretty good. It's picking up pretty, because I'm 61. And old as I am, I'm with it. I'm like, yeah, we can go ahead and delineate or whatever. I don't want to be amongst them. They never wanted to be amongst us, so they never wanted to have anything to do with us. But you say, "Oh, I was born here, so that make me a Black American." No, it don't. No, it don't. It's no more than if I was born in China, I'd be a Chinese. No. If I was born in Australia and I'm an American, I'm not going to be an Australian. If I had a baby and my baby was born in Africa, it would not be African. It would not be African. It would be American. Because, like I said, I'm an Israelite, but we're not going to get into that. It would be a foundational Black American. That's what it would be. I'm just saying I would never go over to Africa anyway, but I'm just saying if you did, you cannot, it's a lineage. You cannot change your lineage, but these people trying to make you think that you can, but you can't. You can't change your DNA. That's what I'm saying. They're trying to make you think, oh, we're nothing alike. We don't have the same DNA. We're not the same people. I don't care if our skin do look somewhat alike. We're different people. We're different people. So what? Just black people all over the world. Melanated people, I'm gonna say melanated people. Because I don't know, if somewhere along the line you never wanted to be black, but all of a sudden now you are. Getting back to what I'm saying, what I was saying, because I'm kind of going both, in both directions. You cannot change spiritual laws. You cannot. The Most High will perform His word. You can't change that. I don't care what law you pass. I don't care what you do. I don't care how many immigration lawyers you hire. I don't care how many babies you try to have with black women. You're still going to be what you are, whatever that is. But you're not an Israelite. You're not a Black American. You're not foundational Black American. You're none of those things. You're just an African that was born in America. That's why I never took on that title, because I'm not an African. I'm not. Because then that would knock out all my other ancestors before me. And my mother was born in 1931, and she ain't never once a day in her life ever said anything about Africa. Never. My mother was born in the deep South, and she migrated up north. The deep South. We have experiences here, culture here, trauma here that you know nothing about, but you make fun of. You make fun of. Like I said, I don't got time to be going back and forth, because I already know what y'all about, and I know what you're doing. Maybe a lot of other foundational Black Americans don't know, but I know exactly what you're doing, and it's not going to work. And what we need to do, you need to stop patronizing their business. Don't do business with them. Don't go to them braid shops, which I made a video about that before. Don't eat their food. Don't do none of that. If y'all knew how steeped these people are in witchcraft, all the rituals they do, even if you watch their movies, they'll talk about their rituals. They know that's how a lot of them got here, performing rituals, how they do human sacrifice, animal sacrifice, all kinds of things. All kinds of deals they cut with the underworld, with spiritual, evil spiritual beings. You don't even know how these people fight, how they move, because you looking at them with your natural eyes. No, man, they cross all their own mama, they get what they want. A lot of them a bunch of scammers. They prove that. Look at them Somalians. Look at Nigerians. They scammers, don't you? Scam. And they say, oh, not all of them. It's 98% of them are there, and you know it. So it's just, it's amazing to me. But then I understand why, because you can't help it. It's a spiritual thing. It's a spiritual thing. We just, we're in a spiritual war with each other. Not no diaspora, a spiritual. But the difference between us, foundational Black Americans, and all you rest of y'all, is that our Creator, the Most High, fights for us. He watches over His people. Why do you think we've been able to survive here all this time? And clearly, your God ain't watching over you, or you wouldn't be here. You'd be over there. Y'all be over there kicking in your own land. But see, when He release us, He gonna give us our own land. We ain't coming to yours. We don't need yours. Your land is dirty. It's not pure. When He come for us, He gonna put us on a pure land that's ours, that nobody else will ever be able to claim. How y'all got all them minerals and diamonds and all them natural resources, and y'all And y'all, what? Like, but yet y'all just came over here trying to just take everything, sent out all kinds of Trojan horses into our culture to try to destroy it. And yet, and nah, we don't do that because we don't care enough about y'all to even try to do. Nobody wasn't even checking for y'all. Everybody knows us. We know throughout. There's no other group of people that's known throughout the whole world. No, nobody don't try to copy y'all. Who copying y'all? Ain't nobody copying y'all. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. And I really don't care if we get mad at this, or whatever. And I just don't because this is the truth. This is the truth. Y'all are Confederate against the Most High's people. Y'all have taken counsel against us. It's not. Y'all tried to lock us out of jobs, lock us out of housing, lock us out the political arena, everything. Everything. Crafty counsel. It's not gonna work. But you tried it. Y'all tried it though. Y'all tried it. And, I just said, I'm just gonna start making videos about that because I could really get on here and take you into my Bible and quote scriptures, but this is not that channel. I have a channel for that. This ain't it. This ain't it. I'm just gonna, let you do your own research. You can run up through Chat GPT. Run on up through there. I didn't get it from Chat GPT, but that's what most people do. But even he'll tell you the same thing. They know who we just don't know who. I mean, I know who I am, but a lot of us they don't know that the Most High's chosen people. So a lot of them ride for you, but you steady losing support every day. That's why y'all so angry because you can't hide behind us anymore. You can't. Now all that funding and stuff, y'all, that's gonna be cut. That's gonna be cut. Look, and I'm gonna say it. I said it once before, and I'm gonna say it again. And Most High use whoever and whatever He got to use to bring about His word. His word do not come back void. So everything that He say out His mouth, He gonna do. It will be done. It will be done. And so all I'm saying is that I want y'all to realize, don't let these people upset you and do all that and all you hear all the hatred and animosity in a voice, and a voice that's not just hatred, it's jealousy, it's envy. They mad because they get over here and I saw how we live compared to how they live, and they hate it. They hate it. They hate themselves. They hate themselves. You have to hate yourself to take on somebody else's persona, to take on their image. You took on our image. We didn't take on yours. Ain't nobody around here trying to act like no African, no Haitian, no Jamaican. We ain't trying to do that. That's y'all trying to do us. And then you tell us, yeah, we taking over. We own Florida. We own this. We got New York. Okay. I'm going to need y'all to open up that Bible and see what happened to people who mistreat the most of us people. It don't ever go well for you in the end. It don't. And all that hoodoo and voodoo, none of that shit don't scare me. None of it scares me because clearly it ain't worked in Haiti. It ain't working in Africa. You wouldn't be over here. Your land would be built up, and we would be running over there instead of you running over here. And ain't nobody from over here running to Haiti. Ain't nobody from over. You may get a couple of people to run to Africa because they don't know no better. They don't know no better. But we ain't gonna talk about all the Black Americans, the foundation of Black Americans that been murdered since they went to Africa. And we ain't gonna talk. I'm gonna do another video about that because it's a lot of them. So y'all don't want to talk about that. Y'all don't want to talk about how y'all mistreat us when we on your land. Don't act like you treat us so good because you don't. You don't. People just don't talk about it like that. Don't be on YouTube, but I did my research. I know what you do. But anyway, this video is pretty long. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, help me grow my channel, and we're going to get more into this. Thank you. Talk to you later.